Hello, this is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the 20th of March, 2014. I'm just getting over this stupid sinus infection. I'll be back on the views expressed on the Wayne S. Pierce Show on Monday, and this is Thursday. So I just wanted to let you know that I have seen a video of a very interesting lecture, just a portion of the video of a very interesting lecture by David Wilcock. And I want to mention that I understand that people have varying views of different ideas of different things presented, and they'll try to debunk everything and, all this, that, and the other thing. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about the aspect of how things or how people try to debunk things. And I'll talk about that here in a bit. But I want to share with you that if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, just you got blogs, you got all that, send that information to me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. And you can go to my website, thewaynespearceshow.weebly.com, and check that out as well. And if you can contribute to the Free America Radio Network, please do. Appreciate that very much. Now, I want to make sure that people understand that I'm not, I'm not bashing anyone for their beliefs. Number one, everybody has a certain perspective of how they see things and what those things are, and how, they only understand them because of the way that they're presented to them or how they are introduced to the subject that they're talking about, that they're trying to debunk or whatever else. And it is very, very important to understand that everyone has a particular perspective on everything in life, because if you cannot recognize and are unable to recognize what is true, factual information, then I think there's a problem with your interpretation. It has nothing to do with the information itself, regardless of who's telling you, the information. So how do you, how are you able to interpret it? Well, it's through understanding of the information that you are receiving or that you are introduced to. Certain things along the way will help you do that. Now, to the debunking part of it. I'm not bashing people for what they believe. They can believe whatever they want, as far as I'm concerned. It's on them. Their whole perspective is a certain way of looking at things. So I'm going to say this as a blanket statement, that people who go so far as to debunk anybody else about their beliefs or about whatever it is they are presenting have a mental disorder of some kind. Okay, now I know that's a blanket statement, and I know that some people will not, agree with that. I know some people will just totally and absolutely, disagree wholeheartedly with that. But I will say this, that I'm not too far off on that perspective. Because when you look at the people who are out there trying to debunk everything that is factual and has evidence to back it up, those debunkers, I will call them, have a mental disorder caused by the whole aspect, the whole psychological and also academic aspect of what they've learned and what they've come to understand, because they're only taught one thing and one thing only. Okay, they're not like me and millions of other people who have very open minds and very keen understanding of the possibilities far beyond the norm. They don't care about any of those things. All they care about is, I've learned it this way, and that's all there is. And unfortunately, it doesn't make for a very good conversation or debate with these people, because they're set in their ways. They always have been, and they always will be. Now, there are others who don't set out to debunk the information, and those people have a high tolerance of, well, I shouldn't even say high tolerance. I should say they have the ability to just not judge, but yet assess and find information as they go along. There's those folks, okay? But specifically, I'm talking about those who try to debunk everything there is that is presented, okay? And they usually come off as being very arrogant and very narcissistic. And again, blanket statement, they have a mental disorder. Now, I say mental disorder. Let's look at that for a second. Their thoughts are in disarray, only because of the fact that they are taught only one thing, one way, and that's the way it is. But because of all these other things that are coming into their lives, all these other things that they seem to be confused about, that's what I'm talking about. A disorder, a mental disorder. Not that they're crazy or, out there lax or they have a disorder. Those things that are coming at them, all this other information that they're trying to debunk, that they're all confused about, that is the disorder I'm talking about. They're geared one way. Their mindset is focused on one thing and one thing only. Everything that they were taught, that's the way it is. Cut and dry, nothing else matters. And so their disorder comes from the confusion that they have from all the information that is currently presented to them that they try to debunk. So anyway, as I have seen this throughout the years, people who try to debunk me, people try to take the information I have and debunk it. Can't. They can't. There is no way, there is absolutely no way, shape or form that they can debunk anything that I say, because I have the information that I present to them, and they look at that and say, well, that's all bullcrap. Really? Prove it. Debunk it. Go ahead. Debunk it. And they try. I've never heard one word back from them. I haven't had an email returned. I haven't had a phone call returned. I haven't had a letter. I haven't had anything, because they look at the information and they have one of two thoughts. One, they either say, yeah, I'm going to debunk this and I'm going to prove them. And they got that, and then they find out that I'm right, and then they don't do anything. Or they look at my information. This is number two. They look at my information and they say, I don't have to do anything and I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Well, that just cuts off the healthy debate and discussion about things, huh? Don't you think? So in other words, they're basically in their way saying, talk to the hand. That's pretty much the way it is. Now, the other thing about people who set out to try to debunk things is this. Not only do they have a mental disorder, but they also have what I call a lack of, I want to put this nicely, they have a lack of inquisitiveness. They don't ask questions. Now, that might be hypocritical, because if a debunker doesn't ask questions, how can he debunk, right? Well, then why doesn't he ask questions? And why wouldn't he have the ability to ask those questions? Goes right back to what I said before. They're taught one thing, one way, and that's it. this is the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be, and everything else that doesn't align with this doesn't exist or does not have any credibility whatsoever in existence. It's the simple version of all that is, if it doesn't match this, it's not real. Well, all the people that tried to debunk everything that I talked about over the last 30-some years have really hit a brick wall, because they cannot step outside of their little frame of understanding academically to look at the possibilities of something far beyond what they know academically. I am very academic. I am very knowledgeable about the things that I have learned and come to understand. And I look at these things at a very, very basic level. I'm a very well-educated individual, but I also understand with a great deal of confidence that there is some things that you cannot explain that is outside of the realm of the academic knowledge that you have acquired. Does that make it better, or does that enhance the knowledge you have? What it does is it gives you the opportunity to understand the possibilities of other things being in existence. I don't see how anyone can disagree with that. I know they will. I know people that will. But anyway, as you can tell, I'm still a little plugged up. I'm still still a little plugged up, still got that thing going on, got the sinus infection. I'm getting over it. I've taken the week off from the views expressed in the Wayne S. Pierce Show because I'm trying to get over this crap. And I shall be back on. Monday on the Views Express Live at 4 p.m. Pacific. I may put up a recorded podcast for the Wayne S. Pierce Show. I'm not sure yet. Don't know. Monday's not here yet. I have no idea what's going to happen. But I want you to understand that I'm not out to bash anybody. I'm out to reveal what is there. And by revealing what is there, I hope you get a better understanding of what your part of, or what your part is in this existence that we live. And hopefully you'll understand that there could be a possibility of something outside of this realm of what we would classify and interpret to be reality. But who knows? Who knows? Now, I know that's deep for some, and I make no apologies. I'm very well educated, but I can simplify it by saying, if you think it is, it probably is. And if you think there is more, there probably is more. I mean, it's simple as that. I don't know how much more simpler I can make it. But anyway, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, you got blogs, you got articles, you got papers, you got things you want me to read or videos you want me to see, please send that along. I would love to see that. You can go to thewaynespearceshow.weebly.com and check out the website. Email me from there as well. And, more than happy to see what you have and to hear what you have to say. If you got audio clips that you want to send me, you can do that too. If you want to, be a guest on my show, please, hey, tell me. I'd love to have you on my show, the Wayne S. Pierce Show. Please, let me know. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com is one of the addresses, but if you go to thewaynespearceshow.weebly.com, just email me through there and I'll get the email. But I just wanted to share that with you. I wanted to let you know that I will be back on Monday. I'm just taking a week off to try to recoup. I'm feeling a little bit better today, getting out and about, but my nose is still all screwed up, so so I want to get that all taken care of. So anyway, It's always good to take a few days off and just kind of regroup, reset, and come back at it again. So, the WayneSPierceShow.weebly.com is the website, and you can email me from there. You can go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show on Facebook, and also, you can send. I'm on Twitter, by the way, folks. You can go to at Real WS Pierce on Twitter, at Real WS Pierce, and that's on Twitter. So anyway, hey, again, email me, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a great weekend and enjoy.